Hey, welcome back everybody. This is Mike Brenner coming to you with the Brenner Blast NBA pick video for Thursday. Coming to you live from Costa Rica. We released our first two picks in NBA last night. Again, I talked about it in the morning review. We had the Houston Rockets on the quarter and the half. They lost the quarter, missed it by a bucket, and they pushed on the half. We're going to pick up the momentum that we had in the playoffs going through the championship series last year, and we're going to let it ride right into the regular season. 3 games on slate tonight, guys, and there's 2 of them in particular I really like. So let's get into it. It's time to pull that trigger. Oklahoma City Thunder are at home against the New York Knicks. All right, it opened up at 11.5. It's sitting at about 12.5, somewhere in there. This has got so much drama attached to it. I mean, Porzingis and Carmelo Anthony, they didn't get along. Each one of them, they wanted to be the guy in New York. So that experiment did not work out. They had a lot of trash talking after Melo left and said he was going to be going to OKC. Now, you've got OKC, which also, I mean, they're still not over the Durant loss 2 years ago, but now they've picked up Paul George, and I'm telling you right now, that ball player along with Westbrook and Melo, this team's going to be something to deal with. Cantner in the middle, the big guy. Last year he was the 3rd leading scorer, averaging 13 points a game, so Enes Kanter's going to be a big part of this picture. New York, on the other hand, my God, this team's a mess. They re-signed Tim Hardaway Jr., that doesn't scare me. You got Porzingis, they lost Rose, they also lost Melo, as we know. Jeff Hornacek, the coach, he's got his hands full. You lost Phil Jackson. It's a whole rebuilding mode for the New York Knicks. I don't think that there's going to be any chance in hell that they can keep up tonight, because OKC can't wait to hit that floor, show the product they have. So we're going to pull that trigger, guys, in 4 spots. I'm not kidding you. Here we go. We're going to come out with a bang with the Thunder. We're going to take them on the first quarter -4. We're taking the Thunder on the first half -7.5. We're then taking them on the third quarter, which is going to be about -3.5. And you know what? We're pulling the trigger for a blowout. I think this could be a 20-plus point win, and the full game is available -12. I'm telling you, Billy Donovan said this team looks good in practice. They're sharing the ball. Everybody's concern would be who's going to get the ball. You can't take it away from Westbrook. Well, apparently there's no selfishness thus far in the preseason with this team. They're looking forward to putting a dent in the NBA and making a run at the title. Again, we're taking OKC in the first quarter, the first half, the third quarter, and the full game. 4 spots. We're going to pull that trigger, baby. New York's in for an ass whooping tonight. And then we're going to flip over to another interesting game. Toronto Raptors at home against Chicago. Wow, do I have to say anymore? Chicago has gone through so much drama as well. This is now the youngest team in basketball. They're under complete rebuilding mode, and they're doing it dedicated to a youth movement. There's not one player on that team that's 30 years or older. All right, Jimmy Butler, he's gone. Rajon Rondo, he's gone. D. Wade, he's gone. Again, it's a full youth movement. They picked up Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn, 2 very good acquisitions, but they're both hurt. They won't be playing. That team has no idea who's going to be the starting 5. They're not gelling. They've had no time to gel. And on the other side, you got Toronto. They didn't do a whole lot to extend their roster. They stuck with the core. And you know me, I'm not a big Dwayne Casey fan, but this is a team that settles for mediocrity. But tonight, we're going to pull that trigger, because between DeRozan and Lowry, they're going to get it done. I'm telling you, this team wants to come out on fire. They added C.J. Miles as well. There's a nice weapon that they added to that roster. And again, it's time. We're going to ride this in 3 spots, because Chicago is not going to know what hit them. Because to top it off, all right, one of their players, Bobby Portis, got into it with, God, I can't even pronounce the guy's name, the big guy, all right, and punched him in the nose. He's down. Miratek, that's his name. Miratek, don't even know if he's going to be playing. I haven't heard if Portis is going to be suspended from within. But when you got 2 players fighting in practice and these 2 hate each other, this dates back to last season. That's not good for camaraderie. It's certainly not good for the locker room, and it's not good for a team that's involved and dedicated to a youth movement. So this is a no-brainer. We're pulling the trigger on 3 spots with Toronto at home tonight. The first quarter's -4.5. The first half is -8, and the full game -12.5. Those are the 2 games we got picks in. Let's review them. Again, I love this. OKC in 4 spots. The first quarter, the first half, the third quarter, and the full game against a New York squad that's not going to know what hit them. Look for Melo to have a big game. And then you've got Toronto taking on a Chicago team that doesn't know what the hell's going on. You've got fighting within the team. The 2 pickups backups that they did add are not playing, and you're going to be leaning on some players that have zero experience against a playoff squad. So tonight, Toronto gets it done on the first quarter, the first half, and the full game. That's 7 picks in the NBA on 2 spots, guys. Let's hit it hard tonight. I'm feeling really sharp about this. And also, you got to do yourself a favor this NBA season. Stay tuned because there's some future bets that are going to be kind of adjusting themselves as the season goes on. I got my eye on 2 teams. I will release that futures video within the next week. In the meantime, though, stay focused and disciplined in NBA. Don't get caught up in all the other sports as well. Make sure you stick to your plan. It's going to be a long NBA season. This is a marathon, guys. It is not a sprint. All right, bet responsible, beat your bookie, and build that bank with Brenner NBA style. And don't forget, the NBA Brenner Blast is coming to you, baby.